Judges are supposed to be impartial, fair, and respectful of the law. But what if they break the law themselves and get caught by the police?
Write me a ticket, and I'll take it up to the town office, and I'll go to trial.
Here are 4 instances where judges have been pulled over by the cops for various reasons. Starting with a New York State Supreme Court judge who dared to shove a cop on the ground when the cop was trying to handcuff his wife during an argument with neighbors.
My son, no, we are not doing this right now. We are not doing this right now.
The judge shoves the cop out of anger and warns the officers to stay away from his wife. Is his action justified while he was trying to save his wife? He argues with the officers, and that is when the problem starts to escalate. The other officer gets angry and puts handcuffs on the judge for arguing.
And I didn't mean to tackle you, but I mean, you kind of threw my wife down on the ground pretty hard, and I don't appreciate that.
I understand that.
All right? I really don't. If I would do that to your wife and you're outside, you do the same thing.
Sure, if you were a police officer and she was screaming in my face.
No, my daughter's a police officer, and I know what you guys are going through right now, and trust me, my daughter's a police officer, my son-in-law's a police officer, my
And if
my
someone was
son's
screaming at your daughter and
firefighter.
approaching her like that, she would have done the same thing.
No, you grabbed my wife from over there and dragged her over here.
You want to drop another copper's name? You want to scream about, Molly or the mayor? Why don't you shut the up? And you keep that quiet. Shut the mouth. Put your hands right back. Listen. Put your hands right back. You want to be difficult? You want to say all these cops?
The officer starts shouting at him as the judge tries to use his power to get away with his behavior. The officers then take him with them.
I'm helping you now. Tell me, how can I help you? Shut up and let me talk to you, you old geezer. Shut up.
Okay. God, let me talk to you. God!
You're not done talking yet, and I'm not done talking to you. So let's be quiet, Dad, so son can get some words.
They're saying that you pushed an officer. You wouldn't do that, would you?
You know what? He dragged Maria. When the 2 girls around Maria, he was dragging Maria across the street. Talked to her and I pushed him, and I said, "Don't friggin' tackle her," and I pushed him.
The cops taught him that no one is above the law. But the next video is quite the opposite, where a judge got away with breaking the rules. Dennis E. Reinacher, a judge in the Lancaster County Court of Common Pleas in Pennsylvania, was pulled over for tailgating the cop's car and honking repeatedly. The judge gets out of his car and approaches the officer with anger. The officer has no idea who he is. Dennis doesn't tell the officer that he is a judge right away. He says to the officer to check the registration on his car's plate.
What do you think you're doing? Blowing my horn?
Sir, go back into your car. I'll be with you in a second.
You better check the registration on this plate soon, mister.
The officer gets back into his car and starts to check the registration on that car and realizes that Dennis is a judge. The officer quickly goes to Dennis's car in regret and wishes him a good day.
Have a good day, Judge. You bet.
And that is how Dennis got away without any consequence. Now, there are also some who love to drink, and on top of that, drive under the influence. The next judge is just the perfect example. Sel Hancock, an Arizona judge, was pulled over for driving under the influence when a bystander reported her stumbling in a nearby gas station beside a pharmacy before getting into her car.
What's going on today, ma'am? Okay, well, we got some reports that you were inside of Safeway.
Yes.
And you're walking around stumbling, and you got back in your vehicle.
At first, she denies drinking. The officer concernedly asks her if she has a medical condition, but she denies that too, by saying that she was just there to get her prescription.
So my next question to you, ma'am, is have you been drinking today? You haven't been drinking today. Okay, are you having a medical condition today or a medical issue? Okay, so would there be a reason that somebody would call and say that maybe you were stumbling around in Safeway? Okay.
I'm just trying to get my prescription.
Okay.
After some questioning, Sele shocks the officer by saying that she has a seizure disorder. She says she does not remember if anything happened to her after getting out of the store. Then she finally confesses to drinking a couple of glasses of wine.
Like I asked you.
I have a seizure disorder.
What is it?
I have a seizure disorder.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know, because then that makes us wonder if they were seeing something, maybe at the store, maybe there was an incident that may have happened that you weren't aware of with seizures. I just have to ask. And that's the medical side. I can ask that. As an EMT, I can ask, was there any medical concerns that maybe you were feeling today?
Seizure disorder.
Okay. By chance, were you having anything at the store when you were at the store? Because I've seen that, where people might be walking and all of a sudden they hit something and you don't realize it.
I don't think so, but I do have a seizure disorder.
Okay. And you're not feeling like you're having an incident right now between here and the store?
don't think so.
Okay. Have you had any alcohol? Have you consumed any alcohol today?
Earlier today, I did. Yes.
Earlier today?
Earlier.
Like when you mean earlier? How earlier?
A couple hours ago.
A couple hours ago? How much did you drink?
A couple of glasses of wine.
Okay.
The cops realize that she has a serious medical condition, and they do a sobriety test, which she fails. She tells the officers that she is a judge, but she does not want to use that to get away.
When's the time you started?
It already started.
Oh, sorry.
Perfect. I think your signs and symptoms are above the legal limit.
You know I'm a judge here.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. For Yavapai County?
Yeah. And I don't want to use that. I don't want to use it. I don't.
Okay.
After some time, Sele pleaded guilty to a DUI misdemeanor and was sentenced to only 1 day behind bars with a $1,600 USD fine. Now see what happened when this next judge tried to look down upon a police officer's authority. Judge Williams from West Virginia Circuit Court got pulled over by a police officer for allegedly using his cell phone while driving and abusing his power. The officer reaches Williams and calmly talks to him, while Williams starts to argue that he was not using his phone. He tells the officer that he is a judge right away and refuses to provide his license. He continues arguing with the officer and insists him to give him a ticket, as he is irritated by the officer. He then starts to abuse his authority and tries to prove the cops wrong, saying that they also break the law but don't get pulled over.
Sir, the reason I'm stopping you...
Judge Williams.
Judge.
I don't... Why did you stop me?
You had your cell phone in your hand.
I had my phone like this.
Yeah.
I just lost it. I was just looking for it, pulled it up like this, was not on it.
You have your license registration?
I'm not going to give you my license registration.
Thank you, sir. Why are you so uptight? Huh?
Go and give me a ticket.
What's going on?
Give me a ticket.
Why are you so shaky? What's going on?
I'm irritated because you pulled me over for no reason. You all have yours. I've seen it many times. Y'all have yours, and you don't get pulled over. And don't tell me it's on official business. I hear your cases every day in court.
Okay, what's that mean?
Give me a ticket. Give me a ticket.
The officer gets back to him with a ticket and hands it over to him. Williams furiously talks to him and argues again about the crime. He takes the ticket from the officer, almost snatching it angrily, and drives away.
You can write me a ticket or not, I don't care. I'll take it up to town. We'll go to a trial, buddy. That's fine with me. And I tell you what, the next time I see any of you on the phone, I'm stopping right there and call the state police. Any of you.
Okay.
This is how I had my phone. I reached down and got it under my seat. I pulled it up here and I was driving like this. I was not talking on it. You can look. You can look when you pulled me over. See whether I was on my phone.
Well,
tired
here
of
you go.
it.
Here's your license, registration, proof of insurance.
Give it to me. Let me have my license now.
Also, you need to go get your license up to date because they're expired, okay?
Next time
Later that day, Williams contacted that officer's lieutenant about the incident and told him his side of the story, saying that he was tired of being disrespected. Williams then also called the former police chief of that jurisdiction, criticizing the police department. He wanted to get that officer fired at any cost, but after watching the officer's body cam, he realized that he was behaving wrong and he reported himself. He was charged with improper use of a cell phone and driving without a valid license, and was ordered to pay $30 USD. So in conclusion, some of these judges were really arrogant and defiant, while others behaved humbly and accepted their crimes. Do you think these judges deserved what they got? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more content.